What's up, y'all? So we are chilling here in my album box, and when we're in the album box, that means we're talking about Pokemon lore today. And specifically, we're talking Pokemon controversy today, my guys. We're talking groundbreaking, foundational stuff. We're going way back into the annals of Pokemon history to really dig up some sauce. You know what I'm saying? But no, what we're actually going to be talking about today, while it is Pokemon controversy, we're talking about my biggest blunder as a Pokemon player in my whole history of playing Pokemon. Now, if you don't know, I actually have, I'm basically a Gen 1er, you know, like, I got Yellow version when I was, like, 5 years old. My brother got, like, Blue or Red version at the same time, the same day, quote unquote. That's another story. I don't know if I've ever told that story, but anyways, yes, I got Yellow version when I was very young. I am technically a Gen 1er, so we've been out here playing Pokemon, and today we're going to be discussing my biggest blunder as a Pokemon player. And, you know, that's not me restarting my gold or crystal version that I had a shiny unknown A in. That's not me restarting my very first Sapphire file that I caught a shiny Aaron in. You know, it's not me critical hit one-shotting a blue-nosed Diglett in Fire Red. Not me critical hit one-shotting a shiny Torkoal in Alpha Sapphire. Critical hit one-shotting a Cacturn in, I think, Platinum version. Critical hit one-shotting a shiny Golett in Black and White 2. Or even me only having like 700 something subs and having made content for 3 years. So, you know, if you want to support the homie, consider subscribing, of course. But none of that is my biggest blunder as a Pokemon player, you know? My biggest blunder actually relates to a bit of Pokemon lore that goes back to Generation 3. So in Generation 3, there was something very interesting that was talked about, but it seemed like nobody was ever actually able to get to the bottom of it. And I don't think we've ever actually gotten to the bottom of it today. Like, even though everybody always says, oh, you know, that wasn't real, that turned out to be, like, fake, whatever, we've literally never gotten confirmation on it, in my opinion. And so what we're talking about is the Moss Deep City Rocket Center Deoxys event. Okay? Moss Deep City Rocket Center Deoxys event. So if we pull up a short video that I... Yo, I love how I clicked on that one. Okay. Sorry, I definitely maxed it out by laughing like that. So if we go to this pretty little video that I spiffied up for you guys from the Ozzy Azza, it allows us to kind of start just talking about things, right? So, sorry, I'm still laughing really hard from that Eric Andre thing. But so the idea that was talked about was that there was supposed to be a certain line of actions that you could take. I don't remember if it was in Emerald version or Sapphire version. And there was a specific line of actions you would take. People said that it was you had to beat the Elite Four, and then immediately after you would, you know, start the game back at your house. You fly to Moss Deep City, and the first thing you do is you go into the Rocket Center and you talk to these guys. Now, what they do is they kind of just stand there forever and they look out the window and talk about how they're not ready to launch their rocket, right? So if you go and talk to them normally, this guy says a rocket launch demands perfection, not even 1% error margin is allowed. Even if 99% is okay, the whole thing's useless if 1% happens to be no good. you know. Despite that, we never stop trying. Why? It's a dream that never ends. And that's true, right? Like, we love space. Space is cool. We would love to go to space if we could. But that's the normal line of dialogue, right? Like, normally you go talk to that guy. He says that it's a 99% chance, 1% error. And because of that, we can't launch yet, right? Even though the guy in the middle says a rocket launch is imminent, right? But what was supposed to be possible is that you could go to the Elite Four, beat the Elite Four, fly here, and then there was a really small percent chance, kind of like Mirage Island, kind of like shiny hunting, small percent chance that instead of saying, we have a 99%, that he would say there's an 100% chance that the rocket will be ready, and then you'll be asked to go to space. I don't remember what the specific line of dialogue that the guy says who says, we successfully reached 100%. Technically, nobody remembers what the specific dialogue is, right? Because apparently nobody is able to confirm if this Deoxys event was a real thing. It was just rumored that you could get them to say the 100% thing and then go catch Deoxys on the moon. But what I'm telling you guys is that one time when I was playing this game, I literally did get this line of dialogue to pop up. So while nobody else apparently has the ability to confirm whether or not this event is a real thing, I literally experienced the beginning of this event one time, which leads to my biggest blunder as a Pokemon player and not actually successfully completing the event if it is a thing. So how did I unsuccessfully complete this Deoxys event if it is a thing, you might ask? So from what I remember from actually successfully engaging this dialogue one time is, yes, you go in Moss Deep. I don't remember if I had just beaten the Elite Four or whatever, but like maybe I did. You go into the Rocket Center. You do talk to that guy that's up in the top right, left corner, excuse me, and he says, I don't remember this line of dialogue specifically, but he does say something about, our rockets are at 100%. We can launch. Yay. Something like that, right? But it's not actually that guy who asks you to go to space, if I remember correctly. I keep thinking it's the old man, but maybe it was the guy in the middle. I'm pretty sure it was the old man, though. So what happens, and this line of dialogue I do remember very specifically. So you talk to the guy on the top left. He says the rocket launch is at 100%. Then you go talk to one of these other guys who I'm pretty sure was the old man. What he says is it just pops up with one single line of dialogue that says, would you want to go to space? And I'm pretty sure it was worded in that specific way because of, what we're going to talk about. But he says, would you want to go to space? And then a choice box comes up that says yes or no. And so you basically right there, like you get the chance to either choose, yes, am I going to go with you guys on the rocket to go to space or and catch Deoxys, or no, am I going to click no for some reason? My dumb A sat there and thought about this question for so long. And this is what I'm saying too. Like, nobody has the ability to confirm whether or not this event actually existed. I've scoured YouTube for any real footage of it, and this, it's all just like hack stuff, This isn't even it. This is just a playthrough, right? Just showing like what they actually say in the game, right? But I'm telling you, I have a memory of this actual mission. So while no one else can confirm it, that's what we're talking about, right? And I just think that's kind of worth me pointing out all these years in the future, I guess. So he asks you, would you want to go to space? And then an option box pops up, yes or no. And I literally sat there for a solid 3 minutes, and I thought about this question for so long that I thought the wrong answer into my head, my guy. Like, because first off, I'd love to go to space. It'd be cool. But all things considered, it's a scary thought, right? Like, I've always thought that it would be scary if you went into space and something went wrong, and then you're kind of just left like floating out in the middle of the vacuum with your rocket as your like one little island of metal, your island of comfort, floating in the nothingness. Uh, so yeah, you could suffice to say that while space is a interesting prospect, there was a side of me that is scared to go to space. And so I literally thought about this question for so long that I was like, would I actually want to go to space? Maybe not. So I clicked no, as if it was a literal question and not like something in the game that maybe something's gonna happen if I click yes. I don't know. But yeah, so I clicked no on this man's when he asked me if I would want to go to space. And because of that, I can unfortunately not confirm whether or not the Deoxys event is real. However, I can confirm that there is actually a chance that you go in here and you ask this guy, he says 100% instead of 99%, and then someone else asks you if you would want to go to space, yes or no. And that line of dialogue never pops up at any other time. So like, I'm just saying, like, that is real. I can confirm that. But me being dumb chose to hit no that one time. And I will have that memory of my biggest blunder as a Pokemon player burned into my head forever. So that's life, man. But it makes an interesting story. We don't know. We don't know. Was the Deoxys event fake? I say no. But unfortunately, can't confirm it. Can't confirm it because I clicked no. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this story. Definitely do consider leaving a like or subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me your biggest blunder as a Pokemon player. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion and have a good day, y'all.